Hello, in this video you're going to see me taking Roadie out for a walk. Yes, here we are, there's Roadie already. We're already out of the house and I did mess up. I wasn't recording. We've already met Shrek and Dolly who are behind me, did an on-leash meeting. We took our time over that. Wanted to get Roadie to calm down a little bit before he met the dogs. He's kind of said hello to Shrek. Dolly wasn't really interested. She just stayed in the background, which is fine. So now we're going into a football oval. The intention is to let the dogs meet properly, give Roadie a bit more space to do that, and the other dogs as well, Shrek and Dolly. But my goal at this point, he's never met dogs he knows out of his home property. I've always brought them to him. He is fantastically excited at this. He's pulling like a freight train. See Dolly dive out of the way there. And he is hyped up. He's excited. He is having a great time. And there's Rollo as well. Sorry, I forgot to mention Rollo's here. Rollo's, I think, probably off leash at this point. I took Rollo with me to Roadie's house, so they've already met and just come out together with me. So no issue there. Oh, and Dolly's off leash too. Because there are holes in this fence, I didn't let Roadie go off leash, and Shrek wasn't allowed off leash either. You will get to see them meeting. It's not as calm as I wanted. We did get there. It was all right. I've come away knowing exactly what I knew to start with. Need to work on Roadie being able to self-manage his emotions and calm down. These are dogs he knows. These are dogs he's been with as his home. And he is, and Dolly probably not helping the situation here by charging around off leash like a lunatic. She's not as calm as Rollo, who just stood there watching proceedings. Oh, the leash is still on Rollo. I do unclip that in a minute. But yeah, the goal was just to let Roadie meet these dogs. And I did want to keep the leash on because he was so excited. You see he's chewing the leash then. He has a nervous thing he does when he chews the leash when he gets wound up about stuff. So he's got his chain leash on there. So it is what it is. I'll add a little bit of commentary as we get through this. I do switch and put him on the long line. Oh, there you go, I'm doing it right now. Switching leashes, put him on the long line, take his leash off and leave Rollo off leash. He does chew my leash, which is annoying. He's damaged it. Yeah, that's an annoying habit of his, but hey, he'll get over it eventually. It's just an emotional thing. Yeah, so we'll meet Shrek, and it's probably time for me to stop talking. What's Rollo doing? I didn't realise Rollo ran into him there. Or the other way around, whichever it was. And I'll just let you see. Oh, there's a kind of Shrek being silly, and Roadie tried to charge into his butt. So I stopped him. Don't think Shrek would really want Roadie charging into his butt. Oh, I've missed it. I'm talking still. There he goes, chewing the leash. He's damaged my leash at that point. So he did just have a meeting with Shrek. He was kind of just bulldozed into Shrek, and I pulled him away because that was a bit rude, really. Shrek wasn't enjoying that, but Shrek's not off leash either, so we just used the leashes to pull him back. It's not how I like to do things, really. I prefer to do it off. I would prefer to give Shrek free rein to tell Roadie exactly where he can go if he comes bulldozing in like he did, because he does need to learn that. These are dogs he knows. There's not really an excuse for bulldozing in like that, but I know we've excited him. But this isn't, again, we've walked to this oval together. We missed the first meeting because I forgot I wasn't recording. So there's a little bit of bad manners there by Roadie, and really they are only going to get corrected by practice in doing this, and practice when another dog turns around and says, "Oi, you can't just bum rush into me and charge into me with your head first. It's not on." But yeah, he's like a kid with no manners. He's got to learn them. He'll get there, and we'll keep practicing that. So next time I might have him come to this place or somewhere I can actually shut all the fences and have him with my two dogs and see how that goes. Just unclip the leash and let him work out that they don't actually like that when he comes charging in head first, because he will get taught. Tora will give him a slap, and Rollo won't put up with it either. So yeah, anyway, right, I will shut up and I'll only talk over the top of stuff when necessary. Hopefully this is useful and you enjoy it, but this is Roadie's first experience ever meeting dogs outside of his home property when he hasn't got in a fight. But he knows these dogs, but even so, he's not really doing it appropriately, but he needs the practice, so that's what we're doing. He's never been allowed to meet a dog out in public, ever. Even dogs he knows. This is completely new to him. So it's a bit weird. He kind of feels free, but nervous, but excited, but restrained by a leash. Overwhelming is probably a good word for it.
Like he's
just a rush. It's a rush.
And he doesn't he wants to get it out, but that's his way of getting it
Yeah,
out.
he doesn't know how to do that appropriately yet because he's never learned.
It's like technically he probably needs a good run around
Yes.
before he goes out for a walk.
Yes.
So he probably needs a good ball. Like
Flirt pole for him. He's got a flirt pole. That's what he needs before we come out. But because I was running late, I didn't have time for
No,
that.
not you. I'm meaning
In general.
like
Oh yeah. Perfect thing for this breed is you have a 10-minute flirt pole before you go out for a walk. It's absolutely what they need. Just in case you didn't hear that off camera, so Dolly and Shrek's owner Lauren was just saying that he's hyper and he needs something to calm him down before he comes out on a walk, and she's totally correct. Flirt poles are great for this breed. They are absolutely tailor-made for them. Get some of that high energy craziness out. And no, I hadn't done that before I came out on this walk. I said there, I was running a little bit late. I had got the flirt pole ready to go, but it was Friday afternoon in our local area, and traffic was not being kind to me. So unfortunately, I was already running late when I got there. Lauren and Chris were already waiting with their dogs at the oval by the time I even got to Roadie's house, and I had to get him ready and get out of the house and walk to the oval. So I pressured myself into not doing that, and here's the result. You can see what it's like when the dog hasn't got his nervous, fast twitch energy out. Bearing in mind he didn't get out on a walk the day before because his owner was busy with work. This is the result. He's far more intense and far more excited than really is ideal to do this. Should get him calm before we do these things. Oh yeah, the standard cabana trick. Whatever. Yeah, get them calm before you go if you can, especially if they've not had any exercise in the day before. Just get them to have a 5-10 minute, depending on how fit your dog is, 5-10 minute go on the flirt pole, and you'll find they're a whole lot calmer when they're out on that walk, and it's a whole lot easier for everyone involved. But you'll see as this goes on in general, Roadie is just super excited. He really does pull like a train pretty much all of this walk. And I will just apologise here, because he's on a short leash for most of the walk. I'll put him back on his own leash soon. The camera is unfortunately pointing quite downwards for most of this video, which doesn't make for the most comfortable viewing. Get the nice panoramic scenery that you used to when Rollo's way ahead of me on the 10-metre long line. It is mostly pointing at Roadie, and he is only a couple of metres in front of me, so I do apologise for that, but that's just the way it is. He's not on this long line for very long, just while we're in the football oval for a bit longer. Anyway, back to original audio.
I want to speak to someone else telling him off.
Yep.
And he listens.
Yeah, he does.
He's just, they're cheeky. They like to push the limits.
They do.
Boundaries, don't
They do.
Oh, there you go. Good boys.
And also, charging into Shrek will have taught him that he's not actually bigger and stronger than Shrek. Charging into Shrek isn't going to get him anything interesting. He'll just land on his back. And he has to learn that.
You don't want to... Oh, you're not going to let him off lead, are you?
Him I'll clip back on.
Pardon?
No, I will switch the leashes when we go out here. Not here when he sees another dog, no.
Okay, yeah.
Righto, stay. Ready? Stay there. I'll switch leashes back, please. Ready? Ready? Come here. He is pretty much there. Ready? Come here. Or just stay will do. Oh, you fucker, you have actually chewed that, you bastard. It'll do for Rollo, because... Yeah, he's not...
Ah, good boys.
Rollo, can I clip you on this, please?
Come on, Dolly.
Rollo?
You have to go back on lead. There's another dog. You may be friends with these ones.
Dude, it's not helpful. Where's your leashes? Why is your leash between your legs again, Roadie? Why? Where's the other dog? Yep. Yes, as you see, I made an absolute mess of trying to clip the dogs back onto their leashes and sort things out, and then both Rollo and Roadie kept stepping over their own leashes, getting it tangled up between their legs again, and then the long lines ended up in a few knots, and that was a nightmare. So I basically dropped Rollo's long line, and then end up giving it to Lauren so she can handle Dolly and Rollo. And yes, sorry, Tora's whining at me. Sorry. So she can handle Rollo and Dolly, and that goes fine, and I just handle Roadie. And this, in all honesty, that's as
I know
much as
you're
I
on a
can
short
handle.
leash. It's a bit weird to
Roadie
get
is
used
just
to because
so excited and pulling all over the
usually
place
on a
that I
10
couldn't
metre.
manage both dogs at once. Not here. It's too much. But anyway, that was a bit of craziness, and yeah, I think I swore a couple of times there, but oh well, it is what it is.
yes, because of the speedy rushes there. Now I've got a knot in my leash.
That's why dogs get. That's what these dogs are though. They do that.
I know.
Before they breed.
I know. Yeah, they rush in head first.
You do the same sometimes. They don't.
Yeah, they all do. He does that. They rush in head first. Right, I really don't fancy having to charge with you on this leash. It's going to snap.
I'll tell him off. I tell everybody off. Don't worry.
Ready? Let's go.
He's watching.
Oh, I see. You're very busy, aren't you, Roadie? Road, let's go.
Good boy, good boy.
Why do you keep walking over Rollo's leash? My God, you're strong. He is so strong. I might just drop his leash actually. If you want to. Bloody hell, Roadie. You're a loon. Yeah, you're rushing ahead. No one's moving. God, my arms are going to get a very good workout. Are you going toilet again? Well, his fun habit is to do multiple small poos. I don't know why I can't just do one big one. You want to have a smell of that, do you, Roadie? When you finished?
What's he like with other people? Does he launch at people?
Who, Roadie?
Yeah.
Just dogs. Yeah. Yeah, I don't generally have any issue with him walking past people. Like, we've been up to disabled people in wheelchairs and everything.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just dogs.
They all are.
Shall we? What, should we go this side, Rollo? Roach, we'll come this side.
Come on this side. Good boy, good girl. Good
Hello.
boy.
You can cross, I suppose, Roadie?
This will get out all these sniffing.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's Rollo. Sniff everything. Oh, Tora's more sniffy than him, actually. Yeah. Tora is more sniffy than Rollo, but yeah, they're both well into it. That's no great surprise. I mean, they're perimeter guardians. What do you think they're supposed to do? Go around the perimeter and sniff everything?
You see how much better they are now?
Yeah. There's a lot of tension on this leash. Roadie is a puller and he doesn't know how to relax yet. So we'll let him with it. He can just do what he needs to do. Got a leash around your face, boy.
Why is he really?
covering up half of one eye. Looked like a failed pirate. Yeah. I was going to go that way unless can we come back round that way? Is that a thing? Can you walk there and come back that way and cross the bridge here? Oh, otherwise we'll just go down that side.
Good doggies. Good boy, Roadie. Good boy.
Not that I can see. There is one down there actually. There's a chap stood there.
She's scared of Roadie, so she'll stay with me anyway.
True.
Trying to get him in the car.
Yeah, I was at Shrek and I were out in the car.
Yeah.
I said, come on,
Yeah.
Dolly. And she just stayed so Good boy, Roadie. Good boy, Shrek. Good dog. Good doggies.
Getting there. Yeah, I can see why the owner is really concerned about how to meet other dogs. Just he pulls so hard and gets himself so excited, and you saw how excited he was. That's dogs he knows.
Yeah.
Dogs he doesn't know. When I was walking him, whenever I last had a session with him, he's not losing his mind, but he is bouncing on the end of the leash, like just up and down and whining and lunging, and you are not in the right frame of mind. You're just going to go barreling into that dog head first and probably cause a ruckus, which is exactly what he's done before. So
You want Twisty to get him roll
that's fairly normal.
So there could be snakes in there.
Yeah, we're not going to go deep into that.
What are you doing? You're running it deliberately into his Yeah, Rolly.
Uh-oh, what have you smelt? Rollo's picked up a very interesting scent. You are very strong, Roadie.
Well on, Roadie. Good boy, Shrek. Good boy.
Oh, yeah, they are annoying, aren't they?
I used to use one quite often.
Yeah.
We use them at the beach.
Yep.
But,
It does get tangled. I prefer that long line over the retractable ones because
retractable are dangerous anyway.
they just
You can actually rip
they just
them
get covered in fur,
Yeah.
so it just chocks up with him.
Yeah, they're
Um,
dangerous.
we use one on Tora and that's all right, but she doesn't have as thick a mane as him. We're going over.
Come with me.
Yeah. That's why I'm just letting him do it. That's part of the training. It looks horrible. It doesn't look like we're in control, but he needs to just get that nose to the floor.
They
Yeah,
actually say that a dog needs.
they do. Yeah, that's exactly what
They
it
say
is.
that it actually tires them out sniffing.
It does, because they have to use their brain to process it all.
Yeah.
But the only way he ever gets used to doing this is to be allowed to do it. If you restrict him from the environment, he'll never get comfortable in the environment,
calms them
and
down
he'll never
too.
stop doing this.
Oh, good boy. It calms them down.
Yep.
If you know, like they could, you stop as
Yep,
well. And
yep,
they stop and
yep.
it just calms arms though.
Yep. That looks like a very old dog. Ready? Sweet.
Yeah, Dolly. That's just the same with me.
Okay.
You know, I'll take the shit. Huh? No, she's good. If she's a bit unsure about something too, she will behave. I find that.
Yeah, she wants to stay close to you because you're the reassurance.
Yeah.
That's what you want. You don't want your dog feeling unsure and going, do you know what, I'm off. See ya. You want them feeling unsure, and then that means they come close to you. And that's what you should have if they trust you. And clearly, proof is in the pudding, as it were.
I find that boys she's more skittish, like not skittish.
Well, as in men or boy dogs?
Boy dogs.
Yeah, okay.
Dogs?
Yeah, okay.
Because I think she feels that,
The testosterone.
that
If they've got testicles. If they don't,
he doesn't, but yeah.
generally they're just a bit bigger.
Girls normally, but she does get along with girls. Don't you think? Boys, she's a little bit more timid of.
He's a little bit intimidated as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, by boys.
yeah, okay. Yeah, she gets on with Tora fine.
Yeah.
They
That's a
can
bullshit thing. That's rubbish. That girls help female dogs don't get along.
Yeah, I suspect it's what do you call it? A wives' tale? Except for season time. That's when they're vying for a bit of hormonal craziness.
Yeah.
It can get a bit
Probably all that is.
bit crazy. But I suspect that's what it is, and it's just been extrapolated to the rest of the year, which is
Or someone wanted a girl and boy
Yeah.
dog and they just said, oh, okay, I'll take it.
yeah.
Instead of having two girls.
Which in a couple of times a year is true, but
Yeah, Dolly.
Not all dogs get along anyway, that's the other thing.
also true.
Not all friendly.
Yeah, they're just like people. We can't get along with everyone we meet. Yeah. You're having fun there, boy.
He's a good boy, aren't you? Yeah, you're the boss. Right? Oh, you need to go back on leave next week.
Yeah, that's a busy damn road.
Yeah, definitely.
Roadie, stay.
Dolly, can you wait for me? Oh, good
Righto,
girl.
stay.
Yeah, good job.
Okay.
See? Yeah. Yeah, we've got the food.
Hey, boy. Hey. Whoa. Just chill.
Around dogs. Good boy, Trent. Boy, Roadie.
Where are you going, Roadie? I don't really want to walk that quick. Are we having a subtle competition for who's walking in the lead? Is that what's going on? Yeah, just wait for Rollo, who's having a sniff there. Roadie, just wait. Okay, let's go. Ooh. We'll stick on the path, please. Thank you. Ready? We'll go this way. Ready? We'll go this way. Right. Apparently he does, but we're not going that way because I don't. Ready? This way, please.
Dolly, can you please wait?
Something very interesting has been down here, hasn't it?
No running off, please. Don't run off.
No issue with you having a smell room.
No, don't.
Dog's behind that fence.
Dolly, come here. She's getting energy back again.
Is that a stick?
Bye. Bye, Dolly. Come here. Back on.
No, Roadie, don't chew that. You've already
Back on lead.
nearly broken it.
Alright, back on lead now. I'll put it back on. She's being naughty now. Come on. If you can't behave, you go back on. Are you going to stop? Come now. Come on. Hey.
Play with it, don't you, Roadie? Eh?
He does, he does. Yeah, chewing your leash is just going to hurt your teeth, I'm afraid, boy. Lots of dogs ahead.
Some dogs coming.
Seen.
Because I'm not a very good cameraman, I don't actually point the camera at the other dogs up ahead. There was 2 golden retrievers off leash walking. They walk in the same direction as us, they're just ahead. And there was another dog which went off to my left down a side street. They didn't meet the golden retrievers. They were just, well, maybe they hadn't. We hadn't seen that ahead of us. But just go down that path to the left. Some other dog went down there, and the 2 golden retrievers are slowly moving along ahead of us. They're both off leash. Decided I'm not quite ready for that yet with Roadie. So we just decided to wait to give them their space because they were with an elderly owner who was walking relatively slowly. So we just let them get on, and we hung around this area for a couple of seconds. But yeah, I thought I'd best say that there were dogs up ahead. We haven't just stopped walking for the heck of it. There was a reason. But yeah, one day we'll be able to not worry about stuff like this. Trust the process. We'll keep working it. We'll keep moving towards it. This is part of it. But for now, as you will have noticed, up to this point, Freddie's still pulling like a train. He's still super excited about all of this, and he's not in the right mindset to go meeting dogs he doesn't know. There's work to do in that space yet. There is work to do in that space. We'll get there. This is part of it. So I'll shut up again, and we'll go back to original audio, and we'll move on in a minute. Oh yeah, worth pointing out actually. So this is maybe the first time Rollo's ever been willingly handled by someone who's not his family in public, I think. I don't think he's ever, I don't know if he knows because he's on the long line, and mostly Lawrence does what I do and just let us drags on the floor. I don't know if he knows he's being handled by someone else. I'm not sure, but he's this is a first for Rollo too. Yeah, interesting. I don't know what he knows about that, but I mean, he knows these people well, so it's not a biggie to him. But just reminds me of something in our younger days when I was attempting to do showing of Rollo at our local kennel club, and I handed the leash to someone else when he was only about, maybe he was about 16, 17 months old at the time. And he really, really did not like that one bit. He really made it quite well known he was not comfortable with someone else holding the leash. And he told them not as much. He tried to escape them to start with a bit of avoidance and pulling away from them. And then as the person tried to approach him, he gave him a bit of a Tibetan Mastiff warning. So I stepped in and grabbed the leash and moved him out of the way. That was while I was still doing balance training stuff with him and didn't have the relationship with him that I do now. Bearing in mind, he's a Tibetan Mastiff, and even now, he just would not tolerate someone he doesn't know holding his leash. That's not what these dogs are. They form close bonds with their owners and their families, and everyone else is excluded from that until they are lucky enough to become part of the in club. And that takes time and effort. Handing your dog over to someone else they don't know of a breed, or any of the perimeter and livestock guardian breeds, is not a clever idea. I didn't know any of the wiser back then. I was in the camp of the dog will do what the dog is told to do and not really have a moan about it. And while I hold a polar opposite view to that now, I don't do anything that would make my dog uncomfortable without his permission or allowing him to get comfortable with the situation first. But that's triggered a memory. Anyway, I keep waffling. I will shut up and we'll go back to original audio. But yeah, that just reminded me of something. Could be a first for Rollo, this. Could be a genuine first. Oh, I missed while I was waffling in on that. There was a gentleman walking down the path. Roadie actually wanted to go have a sniff. He pulled me pretty hard, so I didn't let him actually get there. He was very close. He was only about 15 centimetres or 6 inches from the guy. But like I've said on this video before, he's not reactive to humans. I have no issue if he goes up to people and says hello, but I'm not tolerating him bum rushing them. That was out of order. If he had gone up to the guy calmly and just given him a sniff, I'd have let him do it. No issue. I'm not worried about that. But he did go into hitting that end of the leash and just pull him really hard because he was accelerating into running at the guy. So I just locked the leash, locked myself, and you may have seen the camera shake. And I was like, we're not doing that. That's not appropriate, Roadie. You can go and see people if you're calm and you walk up to them, which will happen in a couple of minutes' time. We do get him to go and see some people, and he is calm doing it. Absolutely fine, no issue. He doesn't really like his head being petted, but I mean, he does fine. So like I said, I don't care about meeting people. He's usually pretty good at it, but he did actually try and rush that guy a bit, so I didn't let that happen. I just locked the leash and he didn't get there. But he was close. But yeah, I'm not letting him be rude like that. I'll keep my word. I will shut up again and we'll try that. But he'll see people in a minute.
Alright, Ollie. Okay, girl. Let's get a drink. Good girl, dog. Good girl. Good girl, dog.
Hey, brother. Hey.
What about you, Rolly? You want a drink?
The water's on that side, Rollo.
Boy.
Right, have a drink. Get in there, girl.
Shrek.
Good girl.
Rollo, do you want a drink? Whoa, Roadie.
Now, Dolly, got me around the cat for your sweet. What about you, Rolly? Are you going to get a drink? Or you don't need one? Do you want a drink, mate?
You want more? Ready? That's it. Good boy.
Good boy. Good job.
Alright, dude, let's not drink the entire thing. We don't want you getting the dog equivalent of a stitch. I'll do ya.
Come on. Do you want to get a drink, Rolly? Yeah.
If he wanted one, he'd have one.
He's not a big drinker? That's incredible.
Checks the shoes.
Good boys.
Yeah.
That's it, good boys. Yeah, Rolly, Roadie, he has it, yeah.
Yeah. Come on, Roadie, let's go. Oh, you're drinking too much.
Good dog.
Come on, Rolly, you can figure it out. Oh, there's a bin right there. Why am I carrying a poo when there's a bin right there?
Roadie, stay, look. Roadie, it's a Roadie.
Boy.
So can you shut that oval completely? But there is a gate on each opening.
Yeah.
Ah, so we don't have that round my way. The ovals they built around my way, they always have two segments which are permanently open. You can't shut them, which infuriates me because.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, I expect you're right. I expect
Yeah,
you're right.
Razor, I think.
That's a beautiful dog.
Roadie, thank you. Do you want to say hi? Do you want to go in there? If they come up to you, Cam, we were going to go in the oval. Rollo, you can go say hi if you want.
Just say
Well,
hi,
duck-
Rolly.
When you've calmed down, you can say hello. Bum rushing people isn't going to work.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, you have to go up nicely. We're not getting the ball. That's not our ball. Ready?
I just want to hang out with you, look.
Yeah, he'll stay with you now. Fucking hell,
Very tough now, eh, Dolly?
Roadie, you're going to hurt your neck, dude, if you chewing your leash and trying to run around. It's a bit mean, Dolly. Yeah, I know you're on a leash. I'm sorry, dude. That's just the way it goes, Rhodes. It's just the way it goes.
Yeah, we know where Dolly put you back on the lake. Okay, go this way, Dolly. Come here, Gil.
So it might seem a bit mean or cruel that we've got Roadie on a leash and Dolly's come off again. Shrek's on. Rollo, I think, is probably off leash again. I can't remember. Yeah, and to some extent it is. But part of getting through life as a dog that has to go in public places and be and exist is being able to just, Rollo is on leash, being able to just ignore things that are going on in front of you. Yeah, he's super interested in that. He really wants to go play, he really wants to go run, and I would like to do that with him, and we will do that here, but he's got to learn to be able to just be with me. That's part of it. Rollo's been through this. Rollo had to learn this exact thing, and in fact we did the exact same thing. It was Dolly largely that Rollo learned that with. You just got to stay with me until I say it's okay that you can go, and I will give you that chance to go and go play. You'll get that, but I need something from you first before I'll allow that, and I want you to be able to manage yourself and calm yourself and just wait your turn. If you can't manage that, I'm not taking the leash off, and that's a lesson Roadie has to learn, and the only one who can teach him that is himself. The leash isn't going to let him go anywhere, so he is restrained. I am physically restraining him in that regard, but once he's shown me some ability to just relax in front of things like that going on in front of them that are super exciting, that's when we can start moving forward. But we need the dog to show a level of self-management in the face of a provocation. That's part of it. And I put the same standard on Rollo. Another dog coming around and being even off leash, running up to him and trying to get him to play and running away. I'm not having you bouncing around, pulling me and being a clown. You'll wait there until I either decide you can have the leash off, or if I say no, tough, no, we'll go a different way. So Roadie's being subjected to the same thing. It's about as restrictive as my training method gets, but I do have that stipulation on things.
Get her running around as well. She's isolated at the moment. She's properly in season now, so she can't go near boy dogs.
You can come near Dolly if you want.
Roadie, that was one of your less sensible decisions. Yeah,
Shrek away maybe.
Might do that.
Yep.
Yep.
Take Shrek out.
Take Shrek out.
You coming, Rollo? Come on, mate. Good boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it? What is it?
So yeah, she came into season on Monday properly, blood in the house and all the rest of it. Hey, 3 weeks to go. 3 weeks to go.
I remember when Miley used to do that.
Yeah.
But Miley was bad. Her whole prolapse.
Oh, did she?
It was horrible.
yeah,
The
okay.
worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, okay.
Just this big ball of it.
Yep.
Inside, just
Yep.
fall out. And
Yep.
stuff.
Ready? Can we come this side, please? Thank you.
But it's also dangerous. They need, like dogs that it happens to, they need infections.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Yep.
like prolapse like that.
Yeah, I know vets recommend neutering for prolapsed bitches. Yeah.
Little dog over there.
Oh yeah. See.
Yeah, you're waiting. He's waiting. Look.
Oh, boy.
Oh, good
Good
boys.
boy, Shrek.
Good boys.
Ugh. And we're not going that way. I don't know what you
No, he went up to her.
what you've got in your head, Roadie, but we're not going that way. Oh, there's 2 dogs over there. Try not to trip yourself up.
Is that a Great Dane runner?
I think
Oh, is that rock? That's the...
Ridgeback.
Yeah, that we were on was always off lead.
Oh.
That guy, his dog's friendly.
Yep.
He's always off lead.
Yeah. Okay.
Every time we come down here, he's off lead.
Yep.
Always around that same area. There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
I've seen him during the day too. Good
Good boy,
boy.
Roadie. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Shrek. Ah, boy, Shrek, come here. Good boy.
Oh, still got-
Oh, another little dog over there. Whoa, Roadie. Yeah, it is. It is.
Little dog.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, no.
We'll wait.
Could end up being dinner.
Yeah. We'll just wait for him to move. Yes, I know, Roadie. It'd be really fun, wouldn't it? So up ahead is a small white dog that the owner is taking into the oval we've just left through a different gate. As you can see, Roadie is crazy, super excited about this. But this is the core of the process I use. I'm going to let Roadie look at the dog. I'm going to let Roadie pull towards the dog. I'm not going to let him get there because he's not going to meet this dog. He's not in the right frame of mind. But I am going to let him see the thing which is winding him up, getting him excited. He's really interested in it. As you see, I'm kneeling down. The thing I'm doing with myself here in this situation, I am just staying calm. I'm not talking to him. I'm not saying anything. I'm not doing anything other than just staying calm in this moment because I'm trying to show him that I don't care. It's just another dog. They're doing their own thing. We don't care. Now I've got some tension on the leash there because he keeps moving forward, and I've decided this is the distance I wish to keep as we're heading off over to the left. I would generally like to try and keep the leash loose. However, he would just keep moving forward if I did that. So I've got to put foot down somewhere. Chose it to be there. But this is the process. When you have a dog that is hyper excited or hyper focuses on other dogs and won't let go of the idea, the only way to get them over that issue is to just let them look and wait for them to disengage, and then you move on. See, look at this. He is just nuts at this point. As he realises he's behind Rollo, Dolly and Shrek, and his friends have basically left him because they're not that interested in the other dog. They see it's gone over and they just don't care. Once Roadie disengaged from that other dog and he realised, oh, I'm on my own here. I'm not part of the group anymore. You see his desperation to get back into the group with his friends. That's part of it. That's part of what we're doing is he now has to have a conscious thought process when he stops and stares at something. He thinks, well, I am the only one interested in this other dog and what's going on. Everyone else in my pack has just moved on. They don't care. There's no excitement from them. There's no energy from them. They just don't care. And that's the case. And then when he realizes that and he comes steaming off, to catch up with them, hopefully, and with repetition, that will eventually sink in. It doesn't sink in immediately. I don't expect it to sink in after one and done. That's just not viable. And that little clip you just saw there, I did actually tell him off a little bit because he was being a jerk for a second. Pointless. It doesn't do anything. There's 0 point telling him off. It just made me feel better. It's not part of my process. It was a stupid thing to do. It's just ignore him and let him pull. He'll get over it. But anyway, back to what is the process. Just let him look at the other dog.
Just let him work that through, let him go through that emotional process. And part of his learning with the other dogs have got here with him, showing him that they just don't care. We just move on. We see another dog, we look at it, great, we move on. And that's part of the thing he needs to calm down. It is what it is. He came charging back into the pack. He did actually bump into Rollo as he came charging back into the pack. I'm not going to grab the footage and replay it because I'm not even sure if it was on camera. But he did bump into Rollo. And Lauren said, while she saw that, oh, that was weird. Roadie just bumped into Rollo because he saw he was pulling like a train. And he immediately stopped. He immediately stopped pulling and walked like a normal, happy, calm, well-adjusted dog for about 3 or 4 seconds. Before moving off away from Rollo and pulling again. And that is the impact a real, genuine, calm dog has on the other dogs around it. They actually have a calming effect on them, and it's immediate. And that's because they're both dogs. I am a human, so I can't push my calmness onto Roadie as quickly and as obviously as Rollo can, and I'm really annoyed that it's not properly on film. But it would be such a good teaching moment. There was the briefest half-second glance of it where Roadie hit Rollo, and then the cameras moved because I've stepped away. But it's the perfect example of why dogs are vital in getting other dogs to learn how to behave. Because Rollo's calm demeanour, even with Roadie just bumping into him like a unmannered lout that he is, and Rollo just gave him the calm, and he responded to that immediately, absolutely and immediately, and he just hung around in Rollo's calm for a few seconds and walked next to him, and then eventually 4 or 5 seconds later he moved on and started pulling like a muppet again. But he was reacting to Rollo in that moment and Rollo's mood. That's why the energy of the handler is so important. But a dog is 100 times more powerful at that than I am, 100 times more. That's why Rollo is so useful to me in these situations and in helping other dogs and teaching. He can do things which I just can barely manage because I'm a different species. Anyway, the walk is nearly over. We've got a few minutes left. I don't think there's any other events between here and getting Roadie back to his house. So I'll just finish off with the original audio. You're free to watch. He's going to pull like a train all the way home, basically. And he's been on a 50-something minute walk and maybe didn't pull for 3 or 4 minutes. Or maybe 3 or 4 minutes in the oval each time. So what was that? 40 solid minutes of pulling like a train. Yeah, he needs a flirt pole. Really needs a flirt pole before he goes on a walk. And he'll calm a lot and practice this. Needs to practice meeting the dogs. And Rollo and Tora are going to be his foils. Because neither of them will put up with the nonsense. And as Lauren said, I can actually shut that oval behind his house completely. So I intend to make use of that. I didn't know you could do that. You can't run the ones around my way. Anyway, I'll let you finish.
Can you just how can a big dog like that be so sweet?
Yeah, don't make the mistake of thinking he wouldn't not hurt you if you broke into the property.
He's a boy too,
Oh yeah, he's the guard. He is the guardian at home.
yeah, he's a boy.
Tora's in charge, and if she says that thing needs to go away, Rollo will make it go away. He's the
That
one.
works in the line.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
males are real
Yep.
calm all the time.
Yep.
The women are the ones
Yep.
that are more aggressive than that.
Yep.
But when push
Yeah.
comes to
Shove, it's the boys.
then
Yeah,
we'll say, I'll
yeah.
take charge now.
Yep. It's the same with those guys. The primitive breed dogs in particular, they are female dominant species. The females run the pack.
Yep.
The males are in charge of the violence. Keep going. It's nice to see you have an ability to pause.
Boy, you're twisted.
As
What you got there, boy?
Go step over it.
Yeah, good boy, Roadie. What you got, Shrek?
Step over it. Come on.
Maybe so.
Can you do it?
she's not trying to feed you the leash. That's not what's going on, Rhodes. Yeah, trouble.
Can you step over it? Go step there. Good boy. Well done.
Maybe you just broke the coating. Actually, maybe you didn't actually break the leash.
Probably went through a couple when she was a puppy.
Yeah, we have a few chafed ones from when they were puppies, but they did grow out of it real quick.
This one she got a hold of and then straight up with it.
Mm.
She chewed right through.
Yeah. It's not something we really struggled with. They went through a short phase for maybe a couple of months of occasionally chewing the leash, but it wasn't something they persisted with. It wasn't any time we'd put the leash on, they'd chew it. It was a kind of random thing they did every so often for a couple of months.
I'll go not chewing everything when she was a puppy.
Yeah, okay.
Won't you, girl?
You go have a sniff too. Go on, it's not going to hurt your sweets.
Yeah, we're both sitting together.
Yeah, I
before,
know.
and
She's
then
just
you
being silly. She likes to be silly. Yeah. She manipulates, don't you, darling? You're a manipulator? No, she brought something up.
Oh, lovely. Oh, you're stood on your leash, Roadie. Hang on. Okay. Well, that smells very interesting, apparently, Rollo. I love the way he was just disdainful of the leash. Just flipped his head over it. Oh.
Ready to join the others?
Good boy, Roadie. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
We're not far from here anyway. You need out. Do you want me to
No,
ask
I can.
away?
Yeah, I'll be alright.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll give him a treat before we go.
Thank you.
You'll be right.
Hey,
Yeah, I'll
good
be
boy,
fine. Fine
Roadie.
from here.
Good boy.
Rollo, stay there.
Good boy. Good job today, boy.
Yeah, well done. Good
Well done.
job.
Great
You
try,
did a
Rollo.
good job.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah, you did good jobs.
Well done.
No. Lucky because sometimes snatch off others. Like they get aggressive over it.
Second.
You, I just felt that he's more gentler than you are. God. And you're the gentlest. And you're the sloppiest. And
A
you're
lot of
like,
people think Dolly's a
ah,
stuffy,
she's
but
a baby
you can see the
shark.
huge difference.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
big fat head.
Yeah,
Should we
yeah.
just finish them? What do you reckon?
Yeah, finish him off.
Yeah. She's a baby.
Dolly's got a little pinhead, don't you, girl, hey?
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Hang on, Rhodes. I'm just going to
She's
move your
got
back
the
leg.
bulldog head. So that's what they are.
Yeah.
So
50% head.
Yeah.
he's
Yes, you're
American.
right. Yeah,
He's
50%
American
head.
Staffy, though, which is technically a mastiff.
Oh, okay.
They've got a mastiff. They're bred with a mastiff to make them taller.
Yeah. Is that what
Yeah.
put them over the English Staffy?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they are the same shape of an English Staffy, just with longer legs.
And you know what? And they're calmer than a Staffy.
Are they?
These ones are.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah. These are more friendlier with
Yeah.
people than English Staffies are.
Okay.
English Staffies can be real.
The only ones I've ever known are all just high energy lunatics. They're lovely, but they're just high energy
You know what,
lunatics.
though? Their spans this big with dogs. They'll be friends with you for
Yeah.
5 seconds and then they
Yeah.
snap, and they're all like that because they're people orientated,
Yeah.
not dog. I haven't got any more.
All right, thanks for today.
It was lovely to see you.
We'll get them home. Yeah, it's good.
It's good to see
It was
you,
good.
mate. Okay.
Good boy,
You
Riley,
keep
good boy.
a good job. Keep the good work up.
We'll see you
alright?
again shortly.
I'm gonna say
Yeah, if
goodbye.
you need to bring Tora around to
Yeah, I'll give you a shout because she
Say
she is on restricted duties because she's in season. Oh, sorry, Rhodes. I don't want to trip you up. Come on, Rollo. Let's go.
Bye, Rollo. Bye, Roadie.
See ya. Thank you. Let's go. Keep going. Keep going. we're not quite done yet. Roadie, that's really not very helpful, dude. What the fuck are you doing? Roadie, this way. Yeah, I know you want to see your friends. We've done the walk. Let's go. Thank you. Let's not rip my camera out of the holder. That would be a bad idea. Come on. Thank you. Roadie, that's not the way to your house. This is. And this way, please. Straight across the road. Let's go. It's weird that that's your name as well. Keep going, keep going, keep going. This way, this way. Thank you. Right, let's open this door. Yeah, let me get the key. Okay, here we go. You're going to just jump on the roads. Yes. Joke. Hello. No, not going up. Ready? Let me get your leash off, please. You don't want that on in the house, do you? Right, Rollo, we're not staying. We've got to go. Right, Rollo, let's go, please. Yeah, we have to go. I'm sorry. See you next time, Roadie.
Rollo and I do have to go. Rollo, go please. Roadie, stay there. Thank you. Whew. Right, let's lock this. That's that one. That's that one. Stop film.